what I'm used to. So most of you train more with no gi or more with gi? Who trains more with gi? Okay, so it's about half. Okay. So listen, today we can mention a few things. If you have like with gi, I would suggest doing this way versus this way. I'll mention a few things, but realize also, because we'll do a lot of leg locks today. If you have the gi on, my mechanism of defense is to grab your gi. Without a gi, it's a different way to escape. It's like how you box with big gloves versus small gloves, a little bit different. I was one time doing a seminar at the MCRD, which is the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, and the instructor, sergeant, whatever, he was teaching the Marines to put the knuckles on your face, bare knuckle. If you do that with bare knuckles, if you punch my hand, it'll cut my own face, my own knuckle. You know what I'm saying? But he probably had a boxing background where gloves is different versus bare knuckle. So like that's a comparison. Big gloves, no gloves, gi, no gi. They're very similar either way. Okay? So we can always also address if it was a fight. Okay? Who here is does MMA specifically? Okay. So about 1, 2, 3. Also, we'll mention in case it was a fight. Okay? Who here is a white belt? Blue belt, purple, brown, black. All right, good, perfect. All right. It's good. So one thing cool about leg locks is the average person starts taking them more seriously at brown belt. So you actually find some brown belts that are basically like white belts in a way with foot locks. So if you start doing leg locks younger, or let's say earlier, you can actually have an advantage when you get older. But yeah, the things we look at today, we work across all levels and all levels of the game. Okay. Who's my training partner today? Who's going to be not my victim, my training partner? Who's my victim? God damn it! I can do it. Come here, brother. What's your name? Amy. Oh, I thought it was like, I'm like Amy. God, Dave's coming too. All right. Abe, nice to meet you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go and start. I don't believe in unless who has a Brazilian coach? Who has a Brazilian coach? So it's like you don't know about the long warm-ups, the 1 hour warm-ups. Brazilians make you long warm-ups. We won't do that today. We'll just start with the position, okay? Because we have warm in the movements and doing the technique, okay? So because in the gym, when you're sparring MMA, if I get someone's head down, I won't in sparring, I won't knee you right through the face, knock your teeth out, right? You know, I might go, hey, dumbass, and take you in the face, might knee you in the body, but I will save that for the fight. That's how heel hooks are. Heel hooks are very good. We can learn them, and we'll do them today. But in training, heel hooks should be catch and release, meaning I'll get you, man, pressure. If you're not tapping, I'll just let you escape from the heel hook. But a straight foot lock is like, it's legit. I mean, make them tap as far as I'm concerned. Also, a kimura is more dangerous than a straight foot lock. Okay? There's a twisting injury, in my opinion. So we'll start with a straight foot lock because the foundational level, let's say what has in common with the heel hook is 95% the same. So we're not losing any ground. You can actually train this hard. You can make someone tap with this. In the midst of doing this, you get experience of how to do a leg lock correctly at a real level, at a real pace. Okay, but you're not hurting your friend. But we'll learn heel hooks today as well. How I do them, and when I was doing them at an early age, they were working like so much. Like I had like a 85% submission rate in Abu Dhabi. They worked really well. Okay, and they worked for a long time. I have a system that you'll see today. Okay, but we'll start with the straight foot lock, and we'll focus on the hand position. Okay, we're also looking at the finished position first, because in my opinion, if I have a way, if my punch can hurt you, and I can find one way to hit you, I can actually start there. If I have 10 ways to punch you, but I can't hurt you, I'm not going to be a very good boxer. If I can grab a single leg on you, I have 10 ways to grab a single leg, but I can't knock you down on your butt, good job, right? If I have one way to grab your leg, but I can reliably put you down, I can start there, okay? So the finish is very important. We have many ways we can get to the situation, and we'll start here. So first we go inside the guard. I don't fall on my back, I don't scoot in, I just sit next to the foot. The way I'm showing is not the only way, it's my way, but it works, okay? And you'll find other ways that work, and you can combine things to make your personal style better, okay? We're gonna be close to the, on the Achilles. The way I show it is, I grab my wrist, okay? Oh, my hand. This is not wrong, but in my opinion, it's a little old-fashioned, okay? It's not wrong. This is, champions do this as well. In my opinion, reach up, grab my thumb, reach up. People are gonna be on your hands now. Grab my thumb now, it's harder to grab, okay? In my opinion. Now my legs are not on point right now, but don't worry about your legs. Whatever you know so far, that's fine, okay? We'll look at how I do my legs soon. My hands should be up to my chest, not lower. As you can see, he's not feeling much. It's my chest. Now, I use posture. Yeah, sorry, you feel right away, okay? Now you feel if I fall, it's gonna be an injury. Now the injury is, if it was an injury, you won't need surgery. You won't walk for a few days very well, but you won't need surgery. So that's one thing good about this. If there's an injury, it's not that bad. It's very painful, but it's usually not like you're done for the year, okay? So once again, here is weak, okay? High. You can block the hip if you want. My feet, don't worry about your feet. Arms and body, chest up, and lean away. There we go. Good me. Hands up. Yeah, chest up. It's good, real good. Exactly, just like that. Okay, we start there. We'll look at more details with the arms, more with the body, position, where on the foot we are, where on the arms we are, exactly. We're starting here as the first thing. Questions so far? 1, 2, 1, 2, let's go. Thank you, brother. Thank you. It's like a bicycle grip. This here is like a powerlifting grip, right? So grab a guillotine grip. So have a look at me. Some of you are doing this. You're doing this. It's not wrong, but it's not as strong. So look at me. It's not as strong as this. It's okay. It's better. There's certain moves this is better. Certain chunks this is better. So this one I should be over. Grab the guillotine grip. Your elbow should be down. If you drop your hands, you lose it. So keep your hands to the guillotine grip. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. So before I started Jiu-Jitsu, I was 17, and then we're like, okay, let's rest of the off season. So it's like when you're not doing wrestling in high school, they have Greco-Roman, they have freestyle, they had Sambo. At least in California, they had Sambo. Sambo is a Russian, like a judo type of martial art. So this is right before UFC 1. I was doing submission before I saw UFC 1. It was crazy, fought, it was great. That's one reason I started doing Jiu-Jitsu. It's incredible. But I started doing Sambo and I became 2-time national Sambo champion, and then I started doing Jiu-Jitsu. Things added up, I had a wrestling background. When I fought against these Russian guys from Sambo, Sambo is a very tough sport from Russia. Most of the guys in Sambo and the girls would use the wrist. That's how I got the idea of blocking like this. I'm not the first person to do this, but I'm saying it's very common for everyone to do this. More common. So let's look at this. Here, wrist. It's a little shallow. The reason I did that is because with wrestling shoes, I got you. You're stuck. And it cuts right in here, okay? But you put shoes on. Turn your foot. Without shoes, it comes out pretty easy. Okay? Let's go Brazilian style. Not Brazilian, but they say most Brazilians would go very deep, a muscle. Okay? Like almost like I'm choking. It's also not wrong. It's tight, but it's cushiony because my muscle is cut. You see it's not cutting, but it's not as painful. So let's go right here, right in the middle. I have divots in my arms. I'm doing leg walks. But it's okay. You gotta do what you love, right? So the best sweet spot is right in the middle. Right there. Yeah, it's tight like this, but it cuts like this. So I saw a couple of you doing this. You were kind of going very deep like that. That's fine, but it's not as good in my opinion. Okay? Some of you are going very shallow. Let's go right in the middle. Okay? And by the time it gets there all the time, it cuts right in. It's hard to turn your foot. It's hard to turn. It's really hard to turn it. Okay. So this is a sensitive area. So we had an MMA gym. Who's done kickboxing before? Who's kicked with their shins? Your shins are actually meant to be sensitive, right? But if you kick over time, it's not that sensitive. When I was young, you just get like basic, hit yourself with bottles and stuff. But it's not. I mean, that's okay, but it's more important to kick bags hard. So when I was young, dumb and full of inspiration, I used to get like pipes. Come on, young guy stuff. Like, you don't get that, okay? All you do is just get a car chop and go. Come on, right in the middle. Come on, let's do it. Go. It should be sensitive. But it's not that. That's the area once you're impacting the foot. If you do this in public, girls won't talk to you. I was once in Brazil walking around and no one robbed me either. No one messed with me at all. No one get the next guy. Right there, right in the middle. Okay. It's a sensitive part of your arm, but with time it's not that sensitive. It's right in the middle, and impact it cuts in. Okay. So now, same exact thing we did before. We're not scooting. We're not falling yet. Right in the middle. And my elbow's going to kind of mirror to my ribs. And it's all going to synergistically make more and more sense. And we'll look at put your foot strong. We'll look at that later if they do that. But right now, I don't do that. Okay? And just simply, it just cuts. Once again, I'm not dropping my hands. You can see so many details that from the outside, if I show one detail, you can know that's kind of simple, but altogether, synergistically, it's pretty advanced. A lot of things most black belts don't know, we'll do today. Because I've always considered a leg lock equal to arm lock, okay? Anybody here speak Portuguese? No speak Portuguese? Okay. So I lived in Brazil, and it's a weird thing. You know the style lucha libre? I'm so old, like this is some terms, like I don't know what that is. The rival style of Jiu-Jitsu was lucha libre, which is like lucha libre in Spanish, means the freestyle. And there were the ghetto kids, poor kids. They didn't have money to buy gis. It's kind of pompous to think about it, but think about it, it is conceded. The poor kids couldn't buy gis, so they're poor, they're low class, and they do leg locks. That's why leg locks are low class. It's actually true. That's how this originated. But think about it. Leg locks work. You know this history of kickboxing, American kickboxing. Leg locks work. Leg kicks were considered low class, but they work. Okay. You know, in the old original standards of English boxing, moving away from punches was considered cowardly. You punch me, I punch you back. I'm a man. I take the punch, I punch you back. That's why back in the old days there were real big burly guys, and finally some slender Irish guys like, hey, why don't you? It's not illegal. Move away from the punch. Hit him in the face. They miss you, hit him twice. They miss you, and he started knocking out with big guys because that was cowardly to move away from a punch. It was considered that in the late 1800s. But that's why men would die very young back in the days. So we consider like it's cowardly. It's not really cowardly, right? So leg locks were just looking at a different way of doing things. It was considered a certain way because of, I don't know, some old-fashioned opinions. Okay, when you get the legs down, it's going to equal out your game to a huge degree to where it's almost like an unfair advantage. Okay. One more time. We're inside the guard. No one's making a mistake in doing this. It's not a mistake, but for right now, I want you inside. Everyone's doing this correctly, okay? Close to the Achilles, and I want you to posture up. We're using the middle of the forearm, not the wrist, and not the muscle. It's not wrong, but he'll tell you it's not the same, okay? You can still beat people this way, but I need more power, okay? So this is mechanical strength versus effective strength. If I was to hit you in the fit this way, or soft here, there's more impact than those. One's more efficient, one's more mechanically strong. So let's stay with what's effectively strong right here, right in the middle. All right, questions? One, two, let's go. Right in the middle. Now, okay, let me show you something. If you are too low or too high on the calf, but if I'm here, I can't really adjust until I relax. So that's another reason to be here. Just adjust it by simply, it's so simple, but a lot of people don't know this. Relax and just adjust. Also, if I fell down already, I can't adjust. It's too late. So here, fix it. So that's another reason. But that's not, no one's making that mistake of being here yet. If that was the case, we would actually have a whole drill about doing this. But please take note, that is something. If you find something that's too high in the calf, simply just adjust up to your chest. Here, it doesn't work, right? So, one thing before we go to the legs, and maybe I'll show one more trick before we go to the legs. A principle. If you look at boxing, let's say footwork will be a principle. Posture would be a principle in jiu-jitsu. Level change will be a principle in wrestling. There's all kinds of principles in sports. In languages, there's principles. Every kind of thing you can imagine, there's principles. Principles override everything. So, one principle I have that's used by all athletes in any kind of sport that involves kind of any kind of explosion is what I call the snap of the punch. So stand up on your feet. The example would be this. If I was to throw a punch and I have like I don't mean the sound of, I feel awkward even doing that. I mean there's impact. There's some thud. Okay? Right? And not just my arm, but that would bust your nose. Okay? The thud. Okay? But I'm not. But you understand, right? Yeah. I'm not going like this. Okay? There's some impact. Okay? Every time I throw someone, I have to snap. There's a snap to the move. Okay? Every submission has it as well. Let me explain. So this can be applied to many things in life, in wrestling and jiu-jitsu. But right now, I'll do it correctly without the snap. It still works, okay? And I'll do it secondly with the snap. You tell me what you can see, if you can see the difference, okay? A, correct, ready? Okay, B, ready? I didn't do anything yet. What's different?
Going up here.
Okay, partially correct. It looks like that, but you're not wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Okay, one more time. Ready? I'll do it correctly without the snap. Ready? It still works. Ready? B. What is it?
You're turning your arm.
Yeah, but it's so small, no one will figure out what you're doing. It's one of those like secret things. For a triangle, there's a way to twist your feet, right? With a punch, there's a way to turn your knuckles. With a kick, there's a way to turn your shin. It's the impact. I don't mean the sound of a snap. I mean, my shin goes through your leg. I don't just touch your leg. That's right, I go through the target, okay? In this case, all I'm doing is this. If you drop your hands, that's a prerequisite. You lost the whole point, okay? You have to have your hands up. Watch it. All I'm doing is this. That's all I'm doing. You can't see it. You can feel it, okay? This will make you about twice as strong. Isn't that crazy? If I run against Usain Bolt, could I beat him?
No.
What if I started at 50-yard line? I might have a chance. It'd be close, okay? So if I can go twice as fast, I could cheat. I go halfway down the line. If I can start at the 50-yard line, I might win. It'd be close. I'm not sure. I might still lose, but it'll be close, right? If I start even ground with him, it's embarrassing. I might as well just sit down and like watch TV, okay? Come on, at that point, okay? How about against Phelps in the pool? If I started halfway down the pool, actually, that counts when 3 times down the pool, okay? I'm saying right now, we get twice as strong from one detail, okay? Now, every athlete does this in their own way, but it's a principle I've identified. In kickboxing, boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, whatever, okay? There's a way to use your body to have a snap to the punch. I call it the snap of the punch. All we're doing is this. Now, watch this. With posture. If you drop your hands into it, doesn't matter. So I'd prefer you to have your hands up here as a priority, okay? This is second, okay? How do you think this little 135-pound boxers from Mexico knock people out? They haven't snapped their punch. They don't lift biceps all the time. They just knock you out, man. Like I met Julio Cesar Chavez. That guy's snap is incredible. It's all technique, okay? And there's a way to do that in every kind of martial art, okay? I mean, every kind of baseball is a way. You know, when I throw a ball, there's a snap to it. Not everyone has the same genetics to throw a ball very far, but there's a snap to it, okay? Right? So all we're doing is this, that. So everyone put your hands, guilty, and just point. Listen, it's not this. It's simply just point your wrist upwards. That's all it is. Now, and then it's chest up. Perfect. It's not this. Yes, I'm lifting up, but the priority is not lifting, it's pointing my wrist. Yes, yes. Okay, now, not everyone will get this down today, but it will increase your game, I guarantee, for sure, okay? I went Abu Dhabi 3 times, so hopefully it makes sense. These kind of things that I've used. A Kimura, come in, here before. That's the stab of the punch for Kimura. That. Right? For a heel look is similar, okay? Everyone has this, what's a triangle? Watch this. I beat, my first fight in UFC was against Alisa Sakara. He's the European boxing champion. By the way, he was supposed to beat me and then fight Chuck Liddell. That's how old I am. I was fighting with Chuck Liddell days. Ha ha ha. Yeah, but I came from the hard times, you know, come on. So I got him here, and he's a brown belt under Minotauro, which is respectable. And he was resisting, his arm was on the right. Watch this. If I do this to him, he's not gonna tap, but watch this, ready? Watch this, my feet, see my feet? He won't tap this, look. My feet turn, my feet, see my feet? Now it just cuts right through. And I got him with that, and he tapped. But as he tapped, I let go, I could see he had no soul, like he was sleeping for that half second. I know as a fighter, he was sleeping, you know. Give him a hug, you know. He's a good fighter. When I fought him, you ever fight someone like you don't know which hand hit you? It's not a good sign. You know, with Chris Tucker, which one he would kick me? Which one he kicked me? So I was like, I had to take this guy to the ground, and I got him. Thank God to the ground. But yeah, so he was a tough guy. And I also beat my fighter in Pride. You know what Pride was? Am I that old that you know Pride? I fought in Japan. Shoji Akira, a tough guy. Put him to sleep with this one. Same thing. If I didn't have this snap, this would not work. Okay? So everyone has this. Every punch, every kick, every throw, every submission has this way. If there's an exception, I don't know of one yet. There probably is. Okay. So questions so far? Here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. Now, think of the snap. So you'd be like, okay, what? So you'll be like, okay, this now it doesn't work. And we'll do the snap, and in the middle is neutral, okay? You'll be like, what are you talking about? This, okay? This is the snap. This is neutral. This right here is no snap. Watch, ready? You won't even tap to this. See my hands? I feel awkward even doing this. I feel weak and like I have no power because I have no power. Okay. Imagine do a guillotine like this. By the way, guillotine, I do the same thing for a guillotine, okay? So, actually, we don't have to break. You guys understand what I'm saying? If I am like this, it doesn't work. Okay, blue turns with gi. Grab, have to flex. That's the snap of the punch with the gi choke. Makes sense, right? Okay. So I'm saying if you look at the opposite, which is this, it's horrible. It won't even work. Everything could be right, but it won't work now, okay? Neutral, it works. If I do the snap, it works one, okay? I guess we're okay with that. Makes sense so far? So let's look at where my legs go. There's many new terms. Every gym, every team every country has their own terms for things, okay? Today we're looking at open circuit leg attacks because we don't have very much time, and also I want us to start with open circuit, meaning my feet are not crossed. Because the closed circuit, 50-50, 411, which is, I'm one of the first people to do these things. Not in history, but let's say in recent times. People now understand them, and they train for these situations. I can be so fast, let's say, in your guard. I'll show you how to do this today, but I can be so fast, get here, like, it's over. You don't have time to, I'm in 50-50, I'll cross my feet. No, it's over, okay? Or up, pass your guard. From this situation, look, I was in this guard, I'm already halfway around this guard. Just from how I sit and how my arms are and how he turns, it's very fast, okay? It also combines with your overall game better than closed circuit. Closed circuit is great, but it means like this. I'm committed to leg locks, committed to 50-50 guard. The 411, how I beat great Rolf Javier. You know who Rolf Javier is? Rolf Javier? No one knows who Rolf Javier is? Okay, wow. He was young when I was old, but I guess I'm super old now because no one knows who he is. I beat him here. Closed circuit, meaning I'm committed to the leg lock. It's very good, okay? But I can't jump here that well or that easy as I can for open circuit. Open circuit is this. Open circuit. My feet are not crossed, okay? So we'll look at closed circuit next time or whatever. Right now, really important we build an open circuit game of being here, okay? And I'll show how to get here soon, okay? So open circuit, meaning my feet are not crossed. Where do my feet go then? Well, most people in the world do this, right? Same side, and they fall this direction, okay? You see how I am right now? Right on my feet, just normal. There's this as well, there's all kinds of variations, okay? Put me in a foot lock. How do you do your foot lock?
Sometimes
good job, yeah, but I developed that. That's no, it's perfect.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful. No, I swear. No, but good job. No, but put it there.
Okay.
So this, okay? So if you do this, one, if I want to, I grab your heel and win the match. If I go hard, it's an injury. He trusts me, he's cool. Abe's cool, I don't hurt it, right? But it's actually a heel look, okay? So a lot of people don't know about this. Who knows about this? Maybe a few of you. Yeah, a few of you. It's like, when I was doing this with versus the Russians, I used to feel like hell of the Russians, by the way. Like, they're not all good at leg locks, but they're open to them. They're open to leg locks at least, right? I mean, they know that. And with the shoe, you're stuck. It's a submission, okay? Now, it's illegal in Jiu-Jitsu, I understand, but I respect the rules, but if you rely upon a technique that gets your opponent disqualified, I don't think you really beat them. Like, okay, I'm not saying someone should cheat, but you put yourself in jeopardy to win a match. I don't think that's a good path in my opinion. One time I saw, stand up on your feet, in Russia, it was a fight. And this guy's like, all right, watch this. All right, do this to me. Do this to me. The guy's like, he's like. Okay. And this guy went like this. But he won though, he won. He's the champion. Did he really win though? That's not a good tactic to have for okay, next fight, do the same tactic. So I'm making a joke, but that actually happened. I saw it, like, dude, he won. And he was there kicking the face, homie. And he got kicked in the face. He got knocked out, but he won. So I'm saying, if you put yourself in a situation to disqualify your opponent, okay, probably not a good habit overall. But in Abu Dhabi, that would be legal, right? You put yourself in a situation where it's like, I've seen coaches say, let them pick you up and slam you so that they get disqualified. If they slam you, bro, you could be like maybe in a wheelchair. It's not worth it, in my opinion. Okay, it's just how I feel. Okay, I'm not saying why is good. I've been around for a long time, so that's one reason to not put your foot there. Don't do that. Okay. Second reason is I have a knee compression here. It's nasty. It's a real submission. Okay. Third, I keep it in the face. Accident on purpose. I kick him. Fourth of all, see this hip is free. I can stand up pretty easy. Fifth of all, this hip is free. I can turn left to right pretty easy. I get momentum. And the worst reason is, well, this foot. See right here? You're gonna let go, I promise. So the reason I said it because there's a guy named Fernando. These are all old. I had to rewrite all my jokes and who gets these guys' names, but these guys were like the best in the world. And by the way, when I talk about my opponents, I'm talking with all due respect because I'm honored. Some of my opponents are ranked in history, like this guy had the third best guard pass in the world. I faced him. This guy, you know, I faced some really tough guys in my life. One of them was this guy. He's my training partner named Fernando Margarita Pontes, and he was men's 2002, so before some of you were born, several of you were born. He was the best in the world. He was the men's absolute champion in the mundials with gi. He's the guy. He won a moped and drove around the mats in the arena. Like he's crazy. The winner of the absolute got a moped. He got money to drive around on the mats inside the arena. It's nuts. Okay. And so if you know that, you'll know who this guy is. He was my training partner in San Diego. And listen, I'm not complaining because he won. We're rivals, but we're friends. But he's also that type of friend. Anyone you have a friend that you're a friend, but they're also a complete jerk, like you hate them. Yeah, like you're my friend, but I hate you. I hate you, right? But you're my friend, right? And you know, you have one like that, right? Everyone has one like that. He's this guy. I see his car in the park. I'm like, oh, why is he here today? But over time, we got stronger and stronger. I won men's absolute Abu Dhabi the next year. So we're doing something, not complaining, right? But he was the baddest mofo on the planet with gi in 2002. And he, in 1 year, I was footlocking. Listen, no one submits this guy really, but I was submitting him 3 times a day at footlocks. And Brazilians, when they yell, they go, "Aye!" I thought that sounded funny, you know. Why do you yell like that, bro? Yell more masculine or something. It's messed up. I'm making fun of him. And he didn't like I was making fun of him. And he went back to Brazil. And he learned some dirty trick. He came back. He goes, "Dean, that's today." And he had some sick look in his eyes. Like I knew he was a sadistic guy, but that's it. He knew. As soon as he grabbed my foot, and I went here, he went. He's like, he's making fun of how I yell now. You gringos laugh funny, you know. This is the second time, third time. I'm putting my gloves on to fight him. I'm gonna start punching him. My coach is like, "Lister, what's wrong?" I'm not crying, but I'm like, he put his toes. You know, relax, Dean. So say you're sorry, Marguerite. He's like, "I'm sorry." Just laughing at me. He's not sorry. So now this whole summer he's like, "Hey, Dean, let's train. Come on." I know what he's gonna do. I can't pull up enough. So now I maybe get like 2 arm locks. That's it. He's kicking my ass the whole summer now. He goes back to Brazil. I figured out how to stop him. I figured this out. By the way, what he did was correct. Okay, it's called the door stopper. And no one was doing this before me. If there was, I'd never seen it. I've been around for 30 years doing this sport. Okay. Now Danaher's guys do this too. Okay. So they're so smart. They probably figured it out on their own, or maybe for me, I don't know. But simply. My foot is here, not here. So here, I can squeeze tighter. That's the only advantage I have. If he wants to go low, I get PTSD. You want me to be careful. But see, I can't stop him right now, okay? He wants to get in the face. I can't stop him. Stand up. I can't stop him from standing up at all, okay? Okay? He grabs my heel. Yeah, he can submit me. Grabs my knee. By the way, if you got now it's hard to grab. Change. Yeah, if you do this, I can interfere with the grip. So do it. Yeah. This right now, lock your hands. Scoot your butt close to me. It's a submission, okay? That's so. But if I'm here, grab my heel. I mean, you can play around, grab my heel, but you can't submit me, right? And be like, "Hey, you grab my heel." All right, go for my knee submission. Go. Not the same. Go kick the face. Go. Come on, homie. All right. Now watch this. He goes, here, I can mitigate the distance. If you touch me, it'll piss me off, but it won't hurt me, okay? So I figured, my knees are still together, okay? And so he came back, I'm like, when he comes back, I have a whole can of whoop ass to this guy. He came back, and he's a tough rich kid though. He's a famous rich kid. He always had a new girlfriend every 2 weeks, just playboy. He came with some new Brazilian girl. Hey, galera, how you doing? I take my girl here to go to the beach, and I'm like, hey, you want to train? He's like, hey, my girl, we're going to the beach. I told him in Portuguese, let's train right now, come on, right in front of your girl. And the girl, Brazilian, she's like, he goes, okay. He goes, he told her in Portuguese, hold my wallet, this will take a minute. But he didn't know I had a counter plan for him now. And back to square one, And I was angry because this is like a whole year of pent up frustration of him abusing me, There's a joke now because it's funny. I dealt with my trauma, I can share my trauma. I am an alcoholic. I can deal with it now, it's okay. But really, think about this. If I didn't go through this trauma, I would never develop this style. And it just so happens to be harder to turn from. You can't grab my heel, you can't grab my knee, you can't kick me in the face. When I fought Pride, they'll kick me in the face for sure. That's before Pride. Same thing, kick in the face. So it's actually overall better. And the Danaher squad does the same thing, okay? Now, closed circuit, which we're not doing today, is different. I cross around your hip. Different. This is 411. Cross around your hip. Okay? But if I'm not cross, I always have both hips controlled. In this case, we're inside. So it's both. Okay? And look at this. Try to move, stand up. Go. And I can also pass her. Look how it just fits. And I'll show you how we get here also, okay? The door stopper. Last detail, the far. It's arched, it's not flat, it's arched up. And it's not to the knee, it's close to the hip, okay? This. Heel exalts, okay? It fits perfectly. And I'm sure someone did this 2,000 years ago. But no one taught it to me, I figured it out on my own. And that's why I have like a 85% submission rate doggy. Okay? That's one of the reasons. And it makes your game so much higher. It's simple, but it's hard to implement in your game because it takes a while to change what you've been taught. Okay, questions so far? So what you did was showing is correct. One time, it's correct. Correct. Now closer to my hip. Yeah, this is better than here. Here, it's easier to get inside. Okay. Yeah, right there, close to the butt or the hip. I'm stuck. Okay. Good job. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go.
Ankle. Okay, good. But I'm finding when you do it, it's more painful right here.
Yeah. Okay, it depends. Okay, there we go. So we get super nerdy here, okay? But there's actually an ankle lock and a foot lock. They're slightly different, but they look the same, okay? So let me show, can I show you? So, if I go right here, it's the Achilles lock, right? But if I shrug here, but it depends on the person. Some people will find the opposite more painful, okay? So, if you're here, you're gonna find more people resist more. So I suggest being here. Now, if you wanna have that difference, you still arch your shoulder back. So do it to me, or do it with them. I want to watch. So instead of shifting your arm forward, shift your shoulder backwards. That's probably what you mean. Okay. So keep your arm low. Now shift your shoulder backwards. Go. It makes sense. Now shift. Now go back in. Shift your arm forward. Right. Shift. Right. Forward. Shift your arm forward. How you had it. Okay. Yeah. Now go. Now go. Which one's worse? The first one. Yeah. So what you're saying probably is what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, so it's not so much that it's there. It's probably because your shoulder's back. Make sense? Okay. So if we're here on the Achilles, usually there's people with very flexible feet, they'll tap the Achilles first. The Achilles is the ankle lock. Okay. Now, people like me, actually it's hard to feel like me to be honest, but let's say someone with real big bones, go stretch the foot. Depends on the person, okay? You'll find some people, very few are resistant to both. Some people, most are resistant to 0, like on top of both. Okay? Some people with real thick ankles, you want to attack the toes. It's a foot lock, okay? Because they're not flexible. I know, for instance, I had one female student from Peru, young, like 18-year-old girl, soccer player girl. She would not tap to a foot lock at all. She was like, I don't know, she ran her whole life doing soccer, which is crazy. She could actually like scratch the back of her head.
Oh.
Like, you can't Kimura her. Like you can't reach far enough to make her tap, It's weird. But like she's ticklish, Like everyone has something like, they can't handle, okay? Jocko is up. My friend Jocko? He doesn't like this story, but because of that, I like telling the story. Jocko, I won't say he doesn't giggle, but he doesn't like if you put your knuckles in your hey homie, don't touch my ribs. And like, he'll let go of a submission. So he can't be guilty. He'll be angry, but he'll let go of a submission if you have him. You that to the ribs. Like, you know, but I know some people who are not as tough as Jocko, they won't let go. They're not ticklish, right? Yeah. Don't say we're ticklish. I might be a missing person. The enlister's gone missing. I don't know what happened to him. Okay, everyone has something. So what you're saying probably is more shoulder backwards than your arm forward. Makes sense? Okay. Most likely, because this muscle right here is very sturdy. It's here, or actually in the middle of the calf. There's a submission here, which we'll do later. We have time. Okay. Right here, you'll submit to 20 people, but not more, okay? Make sense, everyone? So now let's look at how we fall. So far, I haven't used the word fall. That's a lean away. If I use the word fall, I use it erroneously, okay? And after this, we'll look at how do we get it from the guard, and we go to heel hooks and all kinds of more advanced stuff, but we have a structure soon, okay? Before we go to how do we get it from the guard, 3 ways to fall, okay? With the door stopper, prerequisite. Posture, prerequisite, hands to the chest, all these prerequisites, okay? If you're here, this other stuff doesn't matter, it doesn't work, okay? So, I can just go straight back. You don't have to fall to the side. Okay, why would I even, like, the reason people fall to the side is to stop the mount, but if I had door stopper, here, people fall to the side because of the mount. That's the reason people, by the way, falling that way is not wrong. I'll show you how to do all 3 ways, okay? So push my foot down, jump, push my foot, jump over. Go, jump over. But you didn't, it's like, no, it's not that easy, see? So there's a reason that you could do that. If someone's very good at escaping, I'm like, jump over, go. Oh, I can't replace it now. So if someone's very good at that escape, don't fall to that side. That's what they're looking to do, okay? Now I'm more vulnerable to mount, but because the door stopper is not easy to mount me. Makes sense? Okay? So the first way is, just as we've done so far. Straight back. I didn't scoot in, I just fall straight back, okay? We can also fall to the side, I call the open side, the normal side. The normal side, the open side, conventional side, whatever you want to call it, is fine because it's stronger as the force you can apply on the ankle. And you can't be mounted, but if he has good this escape, he can jump over. So, but if we do this, we're going to scoot a little bit closer to where our knee touches our heel. And now push it down. He might do it, but it's harder. So it's not very powerful. Okay. My foot is still here, please. Here you're asking all kinds of problems. By the way, that dirty tactic, kicking you in the middle, like, I was angry at my you know, by the way, I put my gloves on, I still punch him, but because he didn't tap, he'll take a punch to the face. He's a crazy guy, world champion, high level guy. He'll take a punch to the face and then tap, you know, because. And I was like, that's illegal. He's like, the referee didn't see, you know. The thing is that people can, that's the whole joke. In Brazil, they can do that to you and say it was an accident. Sorry, it's not an accident, okay? That's why I was kept that in mind, because people do that, okay? So, this is fine. If we fall the open side, which means my legs are open, I scoot closer to my knee touches my heel. Very strong, so it's harder to jump over, but jump over. If he goes over though, I would suggest let go. Okay. Right. The third way is gangster. Reaping the leg. Reaping the leg is superior technique. Okay. Is it more dangerous? Yeah, because it's superior technique. It's more dangerous. If you turn the wrong way, you hurt yourself. And if someone is aware of reaping, it's hard to reap them. Like someone like Gordon Ryan or Craig Jones, it's hard to reap. Or me, like I have a lot of experience with it. It's not easy to reap me. I'm aware of it. The average person is not aware of it. Because they're not aware of it, they'll fall victim to this very easily. A lot of black belts, okay? Door stopper is imperative, okay? Now we're gonna fall the closed side. Boom. I want my foot still under. I don't want to take this out. I want to be on the foot. My foot now is gonna change here, and it's very powerful. Tap. And look, I can pass the guard here. It's really, really handy. By the way, anyone know why knee reaping is illegal? Why is it illegal? Why? It's considered more dangerous. Okay, who here thinks that a kimura is good for your shoulder? Who thinks it's good for your shoulder? No one thinks that? So lie on your back for a kimura. So I could have an argument that kimuras are dangerous. Okay? So this is an illegal kimura. This is a straight, this is an illegal kimura. So bend your elbow. If you bend, I have to let go of the kimura. because it's dangerous. That's a similar comparison. Seriously, think about it. Because this is dangerous for your shoulder. It's dangerous. I mean, I could hurt his shoulder right now. So that's why I have to let go of it. Now put your arm straight. That's a legal kimura. Okay, your shoulder's less in jeopardy. That's true, but it's also not as good as submission. Okay, so the thing is, I've had this argument in Brazil, and I've won the argument to my knowledge. I don't know what they told their friends, but like, yeah, like let's trade footlocks. Let's try. You know, no, it's okay. Because what I'm saying is like it's truth. In my opinion, I guess my truth. What's the truth? My truth. My opinion, right? I mean, yeah, the truth is like it's more effective. Okay. Now, if someone's aware of a knee reaping, it's not easy to do, but most people have no idea how to stop it. Okay, and it's just something to think about. And once again, I'll show how to get here next, which is going to be from here. It's going to be like right there, fast. It's fast. And I don't have to jump there. It's just, how do you get out? How do you escape from this? Huh? How do you escape from this? Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's not easy to escape from. So there's so many benefits to having this knowledge and this ability to try. Okay. Questions so far? For all three sides. Okay. Reaping, open, or straight up. One, two. Let's go. Gangster side, or the closed side, or the reaping side. Okay. First of all, it's okay. Who speaks the second language here? What do you speak?
Tagalog.
Tagalog. ¿Cómo está acá?
Okay, Tagalog.
All I know is the bad words.
Oh.
Mabuti. Salamat is thank you.
Salamat, thank you. Yeah, that's right.
And I know some bad words, I won't say them.
Later.
I know we have many Filipino people in San Diego, so I know a few. So the thing is, when you learn ABC, okay, ABC. Now you learn DEF, you might forget ABC, you know? It's okay. I mean, eventually you're gonna learn ABC, DEF, hopefully, right? Eventually, hopefully. But it's normal to forget. So a lot of you are doing this, and you're falling. That's why, okay? So try to keep hands up. Don't worry about the snap, because that's something, but think about, at least have your hands up. Now, when I fall this way, that's, yes, I do turn my foot. But look, your foot stays here under this leg. If you do this, you just go escape, go, he's gone, it won't work. I have to displace his hip with my foot. That's the door stopper, that's the whole purpose. So let's say I have a heel hook on him, go turn. Look, it's hard. I want it there. It's not here, go, escape. Doesn't exist, okay? Make sense? Jocko, my gym, we have so many, and every school has their own terms, as I mentioned before. It's called displacement theory. It sounds like a scientific theory. It just means if I displace your hip, you can't really use the ground with your hip. If I displace your head and your arm with the head and arm, you can't really use your head and the arm the same on the ground because I control that space. Okay. If I cross my feet under your back, it's called ultimate displacement. It's really hard to take me over because I control that space under your back. In this case, the door stopper is displacing your hip. Okay? So, here, and I want to arch up. I didn't scoot in yet, okay? As I fall to my left, I turn my foot here, my knees are together. I go to my shoulder, not my elbow. And it's very powerful, okay? Look at me. Right. Not here. So there's even more reasons why the door stopper is very important. Let's do 2 minutes on this, and I'll show you next how to get hit from the guard. And there's also many ways from sweeps, but I think today we'll start with the top because that's the origin position. Okay, that's next. 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's go. Someone is teaching this, they copied it from me, or it's someone invented fire more than one place in the world. I don't know. Okay. So for years, I couldn't figure out how I was doing it to teach it. It sounds weird, but I finally figured out. I've been doing this for many years. And there's even higher levels of this, but let's go from the guard. I open this guard, but I'm here inside this guard. I can do it from here, but I have to get inside the guard first. Okay? By the way, if you put your feet on the ground, okay, fine. I'll mount that person. If you hide your feet from me, I'll mount you or I'll pass your guard. And that's why I face some people that are like, how the hell do you pass that guy's guard? He's top 10 best guards in history because they hide their feet from me. If they don't hide their feet from me, I'll grab their foot. And it's a problem for them, for anyone, okay? Hide their feet from me, I will pass it them, okay? If I'm boxing you and you do this to your stomach, I won't hit in the body, right? Would you punch my body if it's absurd, right? No one fight like this, punch the face. If you're like this, I'll punch in the body. Like this, I'll throw straight punches. Here, I'll throw hooks and, you guys understand? So what's open? In this case, if they hide their feet from me or they have no guard, fine, I'll jump around you pass the guard. Okay, it's important we have that. We don't use leg locks as a quick fix, a way just to look for the easy way or the fast way. Okay, you have to be able to pass the guard too. But because my opponents have great guards, they want to keep me in the guard. We are past the feet here. Okay, so I'll just do it one time. Smooth. That wasn't fast, but that pace would work. Even in a match, that right there is an old man. I could do it right there. That pace will work. It's smooth. It's really smooth. I'm not falling. I'm sitting next to the foot. How we started. Okay. So I'm actually getting here, but from the guard. I'm sitting down. Some people fall. Here's what they do. Give me here. Stand up. Ready? That's what they do. You're falling. Now I can sit and then fall. Let me show you. I can sit and now fall. Yeah. I can sit and pass now. It's smooth as ice. And it's replicable. You can do this over and over. I've done some matches where the guy knows I'm going for the foot lock and they can't stop. I've had guys, so Jocko, you know my friend Jocko, I have a, anyone see a match with Saulo Ribeiro? I got a knee lock, he's in the Hall of Fame. I have a submission from here where I got a knee. I got him in Brazil. So go half guard on me. Jocko will do this. Jocko will go like this. Not go out. So I'm not. You'd be like, you didn't think about me, did you? I'm like, yeah, you scumbag, but I don't care, mister. You didn't do shit to me. So it's like, there's always a way to stop a leg lock, okay? There's some way. It's absurd, there's no leg lock here, okay? Absurd, of course, but he knows my moves. But I've got to the point where people have to drastically change their game to have a chance to stop, okay? So all we're doing is this. We are, now we're not stepping outside. There are ways to do that, but I don't suggest it normally, okay? Your knees on the other side, that's the door stop. At the same time, I grab the opposite. 1, 2, I move, it's not like I pause, but I move my foot so I don't sit on my foot. So 2, 3, I sit down. 4, my foot comes out. That's where we started. Look at this, I didn't scoot in or fall. I can now fall from one. I can scoot in now. I can even go, it's a fake out, I can go here. Just to pass your guard. Because if you're like, this guy foot lock me 3 times, I'll pass your guard now. Because you don't want me to foot lock you, I'll get right around your leg. I've done that to really high level people. My opponents consist of Rodolfo Vieira, Janji Ribeiro, Saulo Ribeiro. I fought a lot of guys that you wouldn't know names, like Pedro Pano, Rodrigo Medeiros, Alejandro Cacareco Ferreira from Brazil. These are like famous guys back in the day, you know? But I crossed generations where 10 years later I was a champion again, all new guys, and it still worked, because it's foundationally effective. Okay? One more time. Step up, same time we grab. If you pull your knee to your face, fine, I'll pass your guard now. If you hide your feet from me, fine, I'll pass your guard. Yeah, fine, thank you for the pass. Okay. Step up, grab. Hold your foot. If you sit on your foot, you can't do much with your foot, right? So move your foot, sit down, take your foot out. Now I can fall. So watch how fast I can go gangster style. Watch this. Look how fast it is. Or I go conventional. Here, how are you? I mean, it's pretty fast, especially for an old guy, right? And that pace right there would absolutely work, right there. Okay. So you know, I faced guys. One time when I beat Rodolfo Vieira, it was like, I was 35. I know some of you are like, that's old. Of course, that's not old. I'm way older now. But that's old to be WWE champion. And he was 20 or 21, you know, a young guy. And the way I said I'll beat people like that is because I'm doing something that's more efficient than them. Make sense? So step up and grab. Fold your foot, sit down, take your foot out. Okay? So grab, fold your foot, sit down. Door stop. Got it. I can fall this way, or I can read. Either way. Let's try it out. Once. Yeah. And we haven't hit closed circuit. Next time I come back, we'll do closed circuit. I mean, different commitment, but it also works at a different level. Okay. Questions? No questions at all?
The way you were coming up, For the takedown. I mean, for the guard pass.
Oh, another guard pass, you want to do it?
Yes.
Okay, so the guard pass, it's really smooth. It's specifically when I know the guy's like, he's aware of my foot lock, okay? Let go. I fall back. It's really smooth. This thing, it's like what's easier to get up like this? Or? It's easier, right? Mm-hmm. So as I go here, or let's say he pulls his foot out. Look at this. It's just so trouble. We call this fetal side control, like you're a baby. Like that, you're like, stop it. It's kind of humiliating when you're here. You're like, fuck, that sucks. Yeah. So let's do that right now because it's great other side of the coin. And you know, sometimes I've done it actually just to pass the guard, to fake him out. It's like martial arts gym. If I go jab, hook, or jab, or hook, I can fake the jab up too. Because I'm hitting the face and you start respecting my jab, you start overcompensating to defend, I can use that to land a hook. Sometimes because I'm foot locking the person so well, or he's actually aware, I'll go for this, I'll literally just go, I'll do it at normal speed. It's just, yeah. That would work at that speed. No triangle. I'm not doing this, right? Here. So, all we're doing is let go. You fall away. Even if you try to resist, it's funny because, like, put your toes strong. Like, as I fall away, it's not there anymore. Right about it. And we'll do heel hooks after this. Heel hooks we'll do, but be very careful. Heel hooks, be very responsible. Okay. Here, let's say, or maybe I can't foot lock him for some reason. Let go. Fall away. Go under. Just simply ease and pass. Very, very smooth. Right? You can use this actually just a way to pass the guard. But usually I foot lock him a few times. They start defending my foot lock and then I'll do this too, usually. Okay? Questions? Let's try it now. Once it. But it depends, like, okay, like, one of our rivals, although we're on good terms, Toquinho, Gusma Palares. It's funny, like, Palares is how you say his name. You're like, oh, he's a wannabe Brazilian. Paul Harris. You fucking don't speak Portuguese, man. It's not Paul Harris, but whatever. Paul Harris. Toquinho. I trained Alan Belcher. He's not from here, but, you know, relatively close from Biloxi. I trained him against that fight, and he won. But the guys, they say if someone's good with heel hooks and they're very irresponsible, they can hurt you. It can be dangerous. You know, someone can throw you on your head too. It can be dangerous. But it's like throwing is not dangerous. It's do it wrong or do it with the wrong people is wrong. It's actually very dangerous. More dangerous. Fall on your head is much more serious than hurting your knee. With that said, be careful. You find, is anyone, do you know anyone that goes irresponsible with heel hooks here? No one knows? Okay, good. If you know that, let the coach know. It's really important because if someone lets me know, I have to talk to the guy. And if he's cool, but maybe just young, he doesn't know what he's doing, I'll give him like a second chance. If he's being like irresponsible and trying to hurt people, I have to like, you know, stop him from doing that, basically. Okay? So please let people know. And we do it to the degree where you feel tension in your knee, tap. Tension, tap. We don't have leg lock injuries at my gym. 20 years, 4, you know, but I've had more takedown injuries, okay? I'm talking in 20 years. And we leg lock all the time, okay? So, tension, tap. I'll trust you, right? Leg me. I don't know that well, so heel look. Oh, where's your foot? No, door stuck. Yeah. Grab me heel. No, grab me heel. Watch.
Yeah.
Tap. What's the problem? Not a big deal. Now, sometimes, let's say I'm in a mood, I don't know, tap. Grab me heel. If I'm not tapping, just let it go. Yeah, I would escape. Well, fine, let him think that. He's going to get hurt by someone one day, but you don't want to be that person, okay? I don't have the reputation to hurt. I have hurt people in matches because it's a fight, or Abu Dhabi level, it's like, you know, they know better. And, you know, all those guys who have a beer afterwards, it's not a big deal, okay? I shattered one guy's knee. It was an MMA fight, though, and he put Vaseline on his ankles. I was kind of mad about that. Isn't that weird? Who has that problem here? Your opponents put Vaseline on their feet. I can't even talk to you understand that? No one understands my troubles, you know, like I have unique problems, you know. Find a special therapist about that. What's your problem? Man? But yeah, that's what people, they put it on their feet. That's why I wear a tape on my wrist. That's the reason. Lister, why do you put grips on your wrists? That's why, okay? So we'll do it correctly, right? With the right people, and we're fine, okay? Please understand, you get someone who's not tapping, don't hurt them. I mean, you could. If they had the ego and they said, I wasn't gonna tap homie, fine. Good job, bro, you're a hero, fine. They're gonna get hurt by someone one day. You ever see someone who's like causing fights and you kind of want to fight them, but, well, don't, because someone else is gonna stand up and they'll both go to jail. It's not worth it, okay? So, now, prerequisite, door stopper. We can do it from 50-50, but we're doing it from the same situation. Now, for most of you it's obvious, but for two of you it's not. I want you to say, you have to let go of the foot to go for the heel. You can't get the heel. You have to let your hands go. Okay? Once again, if I'm here, I don't have as many options. I can do it, but it's not the same. I want to be right here. Okay? So, exactly when we're starting. Okay? Door stopper. Here. Let go. So everyone come to this side, please, to see. This is important to have. Okay? I'm going to turn. I have my tricep on his toes. Okay? I turn my body, and I get the heel. So, oh, should the knee be bent? I don't really care about that. It doesn't matter too much to me, honestly. Put your knee straight. Doesn't matter. I get it. Okay? So don't worry about the knee. People teach that the knee should be bent. I'm not saying they're wrong. I just don't think about it personally. Okay? I'm at this right distance where I'm right here. Okay? I turn, and here's where you put your foot strong. Just so you know, put your foot like the boot. Put the boot on. In Portuguese, the word boot is bota, and the verb to put is bota. So bota botinha or bota, put the boot on. It means this. And this will buy people, some people, some strength to strap. But it's the worst thing to do for your legs. It's the worst thing. That's why I don't teach it. Okay, if IBJJF rules apply and you want to do that, you'll stop most people from foot locking this too. But also, you can get on your knees in a fight and let them kick you in the face, and you can win, right? If you want to win that way, you can win. So if you put your foot strong, it's actually easier for me to get the heel. And if you find someone whose toes are stronger than your entire body, don't fight that person. Stop. What's your name, bro? Let's hang out. What's your phone number? It's on speed dial. It's an emergency app I'm calling you, okay? If his toe is that strong, that's a problem, okay? So the thing is, it should be able to use lower power, okay? So look at me. I'm taking a space out so you can see, okay? I want my heel, my foot to still be. I turn all the way, my elbows on the ground. I want to have my wrist under the heel. Now here's the biggest problem. People talk about which hand should be on top and all the small details. They're important, but they're not to the same degree as where it is on my wrist. That's where. If it's here, it slips all the time. Now it seems simple to me to say this, but the biggest mistake is people doing this. They're using just the arm. My whole body turns, and I get it by the wrist. Okay? Now, how do I finish it? Some people just fall to the side, that's fine. I prefer to fall away, and I turn, I put my shoulder on the ground here. Okay? It's tension tap, not pain, please. Okay, don't go fast. If you go fast, you're a complete douchebag. You're an asshole. Okay? Please, you gotta trust your partner. When you're getting throws done, someone can try to throw you in your head, hurt you if they want. And you'll know real fast with that kind of person. I've seen people do that before. It's not cool, okay? Turn, get it. Now, walk it in. Fall away, and turn to my shoulder. Now, I'm not turning. Let me show. Because it reverts to this area. So turn it first to get my wrist. Lock it up. If I pivot on my hips, it slips many times. Lock it up. Fall away, and then I fall to my shoulder slow. He's tapping, okay? Make sense? You have to come back here once or twice more to review. It's fine. I've seen people, okay, trying for this area. If you have shoes on, it works still. You train military, Marines, whatever, just grab the boot. You can break, you know, you can do that to the boot, and it's a problem. Any ex-military here? You trained boots before?
Yes.
Yeah. So if your foot gets caught in a bad situation, it's not a lot of leeway in the boot, like your knee's stuck, you know? So you can get a lot of knee injuries. So be careful if you have boots on, but we're not boots on at the moment. So grab the heel, pull necessary, and fall away. Questions? Let's go back in a minute for more details if we have any problems. 1, 2, 1, 2. You ready? Can I borrow you, bro? All right. So So we're gonna do this. I want you to, right now, I want you to put your foot strong. Yeah, I want you to do that on purpose because if your foot's strong, I can't with my arm grab it. I need to now use my body. Now it's easier to grab. I'll tell you, this is for two reasons. One, it's very common, right? Two, I have to move correct now. If I use just my arm, I cannot get it. Now relax your foot. If you relax your foot, I might find a way to get it. See, I didn't turn my body. Look. It's not realistic. It slips. Look at this. Point your heel down. Okay, down. So watch it. If you relax his foot, I'll do it correctly. It's fine. But a lot of you, because the foot's relaxed, you're just grabbing the foot with your arm. Put your foot strong. Watch, ready? I can't grab it. So I do that. I put my tricep against the toes. And I turn all the way my body to the ground. And I sneak it. That, by the way, it's worse. I'll tell you, it's deeper. It's hard to escape. And most people don't know this, okay? The boot, putting the boot on, it works in IBGF, it's fine, okay? But you're putting yourself in danger of if someone wants to heel hook you, they can, okay? One more time, put your foot strong. So this is very common, and we have to do it correctly. Put your foot strong. So look, you can't get it, even though I'm heavier than you. But my tricep is on the pinky toe. Turn my body all the way to the ground, my elbows on the ground. Now he's in trouble. And I want my wrist, not here. Now, small detail, this hand should be on top. It's not the end of the world. This is okay. It's better here, okay? The reason I'm not stressing this is because if I had this hand on top, but it's here, it doesn't matter so much. It's more important, it's by the wrist. And then I fall away. One more time. Foot strong. I can't get it. I have to do it correctly. On the toes, I turn to the mat. The whole body. I've got it here, okay? Questions? Let's go a few minutes more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Where the feet go, the door stopper. The snap of the punch. Hands up to the chest. Can I fall left or right? Close, gangster. Can I fall open side? How about straight up? There's a guard pass. They all work a little bit together. There's also ways outside the guard, which we'll do next time. I can attack outside here. I can attack here. It's devastating.
Tap, tap, tap.
Sorry about that. Pretty effective. And then on the way on the calf. Isn't that funny?
Tap, tap, tap.
It's sensitive. There's also ways to switch your arms this way.
Tap. Tap, tap, tap.
It's crazy. There's so much stuff we can do. There's even this kind of stuff. You get the it breaks, you know. What sick, twisted person was thought about this in history? Someone was the first. The cavemen weren't doing this. Someone in India or Greece or China thought about this somewhere. Someone, I don't know who's that sicko is, but I know about it now, okay? Just that, called a corkscrew footlock, okay? Even from this direction I can do it. All kinds of crazy stuff, okay? So how about this? How about questions first about today? Do you have any problem areas or what if scenarios involving something today? What's up?
So say someone's like that pass your door the way you pass, and they go.
If they did it this way that I'm showing today,
What you showed earlier.
it's actually, okay. It's actually hard to stop. The door stopper is difficult. The door stopper actually mitigates a lot of problems. Like, if someone has a good door stopper, it's like my friend Jocko, he will not let me get in that space. Like, dude, come here, slow, lie down first. So he will not let me get here. He will not. He'll put his legs flat on the ground if he can. He'll do that even stop it, like I mentioned. Like, I can't leg lock him now, okay? So it's really easy to stop, okay? But come here. Let's say you step with a door stopper, step up, boom. As soon as I can, I have to be here. By the way, if right now you let go and pass my leg this way, you can pass my guard easily. Look at that, I gave him side control. So you could use my defense against me, but it'd be a different offense. Make sense? The same way in boxing, if people go, this is wrong, just stop a jab, right? When someone's snapping in the nose and hurting your nose, you'll start doing this because it stings. This is wrong. Yeah, you want to do that, I understand. If someone's smacking your nose, trust me. And then because of that, the hook comes. So you can use my correct defense to set up a different offense, okay? So the thing is right here, it would be this way. It would be this way. I turn my heel to your ribs. But the deeper you are on my hamstring, that's harder to turn, okay? Now, if you make the mistake, oh, good job, you're fine, you're good. If you were here, I'll get your heel, I'll win, okay? So, see my heel right there? But I don't have a good guard. I have to cross my feet or I'm better here, my guard. This is not the same guard. So I can actually stop a lot of heel hooks by pointing my heel to your ribs. By the way, if my foot was here, I would point my heel to your ribs still. So we can spend, there's always a move to stop one move, and there's also principles and ideas of a whole strategy. The strategy to stop footlocks usually is have your heel to the ribs. So if I'm here, point your heel right out, and I might get you back, maybe. But yeah, right, how about this? Yeah, pull your foot out. Usually now, but if you pull your foot, maybe now I can pass, maybe, okay?
Makes sense.
So you're saying, if someone does it correctly, you have to go sooner than them and turn your heel to the ribs.
Okay.
And most footlockers don't have good guard passes. Some do. And if you find someone who is, if they tell you outright they're a footlock specialist, usually they're not. They think they are. Maybe they are, but probably they're not. They're not that high level probably. But if they are, most footlock specialists, they can't pass your guard very well. So I train in Thailand, in Phuket. I train in Holland. They have good kickboxers there. And I've had guys, they go, that guy kicks really well, he doesn't punch very well. Get close to that guy, man. That guy punches well, he doesn't kick well. Stay far away from that guy. That guy has a great triangle, don't be in his closed guard. You know what I'm saying? There's ways you can face people, but if they have a good sweep from open guard and a good sweep from full guard, it's like hard to face them because no matter where you're at, you have some angle of attack. Football, that team only runs plays. Okay? Very close to the line. They'll never pass. Okay? But now you're open if they throw a good pass play. There was one team in San Diego, I was a linebacker, and this one team, they had this tight end. Are you all familiar with football? Are you?
Yes, sir.
And he would run, we knew this guy, he would run one pass play every game. He'd get a touchdown every game. He was a big farm boy. He was from like Idaho or something. He was transferred. He looked like he was like inbred a little bit, you know? You know, Robin's there, you know what I'm talking about. But he was kind of like me. He was kind of goofy looking guy. He was a big, strong guy. He was fast too. And he'd block, he'd crash down, and blocker, and I played strong side, he'd crash me. And we knew one time per game this guy throws a touchdown. He goes long for one time. But after 80 plays, he goes long, we fell for it, he got a touchdown against us, you know? How do you stop both? It's hard. Now, if someone has one type of attack, okay, he can be very good with it, and you have to be careful, but if they have two types of attacks, it's harder, okay? So, there we go. That's my general idea. Is when I go here correctly, the doorstop makes it harder. It's harder, but turn your heel to my ribs right away. Turn. Yeah! Now get up and pass my guard.
Yeah, they use a good speed.
Most people don't use a door stopper, so it's easier, okay? It's a good question. Other ones? Good question. How about something not today? It could be something about arm locks, about fight training. It could be about before a competition. It could be about anything.
Outside of your leg lock system, what would be, one of your go-tos, or that's like your ace in the hole that maybe people don't necessarily know about, or not as?
I actually have about as many. I have hundreds of finishes in competition by leg lock, but also arm lock. This is before like they weren't filmed, you know. And there's like on my grappling record, it starts at like 2003. Doesn't start at like 93 for some reason. But yeah, I have hundreds of victories. I would get the back, triangles, straight arm lock, and leg locks were so 4 things. But I always had a really good back game. I was known for getting the back and getting your legs. And my triangle. So those 3 arm locks, you would say triangle, getting your back, and leg locks are my 3 main areas. And triangle, I mentioned it today. Like if you put your arm in the wrong, some people will defend, they'll be like, oh, I'm in triangle, they'll put their arm here to stop you, right? So, but I'll finish you, it's over. It's done. How does that make sense? You know what I'm doing? Well, what I do is I arch my toes, and I scoot hip this way. And bro, it's done. It doesn't hurt, it's a painless death. It doesn't hurt, but all of a sudden you see like a star floating around your head, and 2 or 3 and 4, and you're like, oh, it's not good. And all of a sudden you're sleeping. You have a whole dream, and but you didn't win the fight. You know what I'm saying? So triangle is probably what I'm known for, besides in the back and leg locks. Those 3. But it work. You'll find some people it's hard to get their back. Some people, wrestlers, will give up their back. Like they'd rather not be swept. Get my back, but don't sweep me. Then you get their back mostly. Makes sense. So triangle probably that's what I'm known for most. What's up?
When you were doing mixed martial arts, what was your favorite takedown?
inside trip. I even took down Jeremy Horn, you know, fighter, UFC fighter. He beat Chuck Liddell. I would just go and say, that was my best takedown. Fireman's carry also. Fireman's carry and that one. I did the single leg, good low level single, decent double leg, pretty good. You know Ricardo Rona, or no, who knows that guy? Man, he was so famous back in the day. He was my rival, my big nemesis. I took him out with 3 double legs, single leg, did 2 double legs. He's Olympic level wrestler, but from Brazil, believe it or not. From Brazil, but he's such an athlete. He's like, you know what Jeff Munson is? He beat Jeff Munson by takedowns. He's an Iowa State All-American wrestler. There's athletes around the world. The world's a big place, you know? The world's a big place. It's small, but it's also big, you know? It's so big, like, you can't imagine how big it is, but also you'll meet your neighbor on the beach of Thailand or something. It's a small world at the same time. So those are my best takedowns. And it worked on the highest level in the world. What else? Anything else?
So,
Yeah.
so for today, the stuff we went over, if you were to kind of put it together in a series, if you went first to, the ankle lock, that didn't work, you go to the heel hook, what would be the next one? If the heel hook, if you had to
Heel hook is pretty much the extreme.
that's the stop.
Next would be closed circuit, where I cross run your hip.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So let's say, okay, here's the problem with closed circuit. In 2003, I never said I'm the first person in human history to do this. Someone did it in ancient Greece or India or China or Japan or somewhere, trust me. Anywhere, every culture has their type of wrestling or type of striking. Every culture has this. The Native Americans too have their own styles. It's interesting, humans, or hunting styles, you know. But no one taught it to me, I figured it out on my own. If I can cross my legs around your hip, you can't turn. So what we did today is very effective, it's more diverse. I can actually sit, fake it, and pass your guard. I can stand up from what I showed today. You know, I can use it more in sweeps, okay? But if we go next level, it would be like 50-50, like this. I'd be here. Like, all right, so train, go, train, go. Go, train. I'll go. See, go, turn. You can't turn out this. But people know about this position. It was a secret, it was like the new thing, and no one knew how to stop it. Really, and the Brazilians were actually very angry about this in Brazil. And now people set this position, and they know they can actually you can see. Right? But for like 5 years, it was like no one can beat me in this position. Then I came with a new one called the 411. Sit down. I beat Rodolfo there. Once in all due respect, one of the best in history. You don't want this one. It's closed circuit. Cross on your hips. You can't turn on this. You're stuck. But it's harder to jump here. So the thing is, yeah, but this is the problem, right? So the thing is, and by the way, that's on the flyer. Okay. So what's better, a jab or a rear high kick to the face? Which was better? Exactly. I was waiting for the quick answer. You're like, smart guys and girls. Look, the jab is closer, probably lands higher more often. But I'd rather be hit by a jab than a right head kick, right? Makes sense? But I can cover with the jab and land the right head kick. They are both important. By themselves, they work, but together they're more important. Okay? So the way I get closed circuit, which is these last two, is by using what you did. I'll go here in a match. Do this, right? I'll go over here, and I'll actually move from here, and actually go. See? Pretty smooth. But I sat down the same how we did today, and I got here. That's not what we did today. But you can't learn this first until you learn what we did today. And what I did today is different than the average person. I just show it different. And it works because it's different. You know? You all know what orthodox and southpaw is? Right? So there's a rumor that southpaws are better. It's wrong. No. They're better at the beginning. Now at the end, they even out. At the end, trust me, the high level, like Pacquiao, like that, he's southpaw, right? The high level guy is orthodox. What's Mayweather? He's orthodox, right? Orthodox? Is he orthodox? Mayweather's orthodox, right? Yeah, he's orthodox. At that level, a lot of orthodox guys have seen southpaws, right? Southpaws have their own advantage, for sure. But I'm saying when you start out, like that southpaw has seen everyone standing like you, and you've rarely seen southpaw. They have an advantage for sure. At the end, it depends. That's a whole joke. You can get in arguments about which is better all day long. But at the beginning, the southpaw has seen many guys like you. His right foot is forward, but you've seen less guys like him. So what we did today is something different. The average person is not ready to deal with. It's a huge advantage. Let's do one more question. Yeah.
Do you think like a closed circuit or open circuit attack work translates better to MMA?
Quick story. My last fight was 2015. I fought a guy named Michael Knapp from Team Golden Glory. They were big in Pride days, and they're from the Netherlands. They're a hardcore striking team. And Netherlands has, in the world, let's say, every Asian country, every European country has, and USA and Brazil has great strikers, of course. But generally speaking, 150 below is the Thais, and 160 and above is the Europeans. Generally speaking. Maybe it's 170 and above, I forget. And so the Dutch are really tough. I fought a guy, he's like ranked. I hit him in the face and like almost hurt my hand. This guy does not give a damn about anything. He's one of those guys, like, I don't flinch for a punch, but I don't like getting hit in the face, really, personally. Call me weird. This guy liked it, it was weird. It's kind of a bad sign. This guy likes getting hit in the face. This guy had trained for 2 months. He was probably a purple belt level in Jiu-Jitsu. He started every day in 50-50. So I got 50-50 and he was like, he was just holding on, punching me. He's looking at the referee like, please stand me up. He punched me in the face. He punched me in the face. Please. He's just surviving, right? Stand up. Stand up again. He put Bassett on his feet. He's the guy, he put Bassett on his feet. I was angry. I was a little angry at him. The second time he's holding on again. I got him here again. He had seen this position. That's all I'm saying. It's not wrong. He had prepared for this. But then I finished him because I went here and he had no time. He had no time to get there. It was too fast. So they're both important. Overall, you're going to have higher percentages usually from the closed circuit. But it's an extra step to get there. Okay? It's like, I'll get more knockouts from this leg. This leg, by the way, it's better if I change it, right? It's stronger. I don't get a lot of knockouts from this unless I shift, right? No. So this is not as strong. Usually it's more powerful here, right? But it's further away. So which is better? The closer one lands more, closer, roughly, very roughly, of course. But the further one is further away, but it hits harder. This hits harder than this. This hook, it's better if I chamber it. And by the way, you can't always chamber the hook. I'm saying the one that's further has more energy. Which is better. You're going to have more impact from the closed circuit usually, but it's surprising because if people are prepared for closed circuit, they're not ready for open circuit. Make sense? Both work. If anyone's interested, by the way, I have a few. These are the team. They're like blue, purple, and brown. I only have mediums and smalls though, unfortunately. So let me know if they're on the table as you go out. But I don't know. It fits. All the fat people were in Mississippi. Yeah, like, the healthy here. It's good. It's different country here. What's your big rival state from here? What's your rival state?
Alabama.
Alabama's your big rival? Oh, by football.
Yeah, football.
Are they a little bigger in Alabama?
More inbred.
North Louisiana's our biggest rival.
Oh, which one's?
North Louisiana.
Northern Louisiana.
Completely different.
It's funny because we have NorCal, SoCal. But outside of California, we're both from Cali, bro. You have that whole we're both from Louisiana? Like, I hate you, but we're outside you, we're both from Louisiana? You have that or no?
In a way.
Depends how far away.
We call it
Yeah.
anything north of I-10. Nah.
We have both LA, we call it LA.
Oh yeah, we should.
We call it San Diego.
I say you kind of real black, that's it. Bunky.
It's just funny, all around the world different, well the same, it's interesting. Alright, well, it was awesome being here. Once again, sometimes I get tired of traveling around the world, but I get to travel the world doing my sport. So if I get sick of jiu-jitsu for one day, I'm sick of it. Next day I'm like, okay, I'm gonna train. So it's actually, I'm very blessed to be doing what I want to be doing. If any of you are in San Diego, my gym's called Victory MMA. Come by and train, okay?
Have you been doing jiu-jitsu for 35?
Well, if you include wrestling, 37 years.
Grappling in high school, right? So 37 years total.
Yeah, about that.
Through the seasons, and have any? I've been doing it for 18 years now, but for people that maybe like, hey, I want to do this for the long term. Like, yeah, I want to roll with my grandchildren and stuff like that. Like, what's the, what other kind of insight can you say?
No one
rest days and
I think a lot of my opponents, well, most are from Brazil, just super high level athletes from Brazil, especially Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu is like number 2 to soccer. That's why it's like they're A-tier athletes, but like soccer, football, also volleyball, believe it or not. But like, yeah, Jiu-Jitsu is a big thing in fighting, so UFC has a lot of Brazilian guys. So let's say East Europe, I fought guys from Russia, Poland, well, Sweden's North Europe, but let's say Belarus, I fought guys from Chechnya, I fought guys from Dagestan, Croatia. Prokop, I was his coach, I lived in Croatia, I speak Croatian a little bit. So in that area, they're so prideful about not tapping that the average good fighter in Croatia or Czech Republic, whatever, Poland, by the time they're 28 from not tapping, they can't train anymore. They're like, I can't train. Your body's just broken up. So you have to know when to tap. Because let's say I don't tap it. Okay, training? Why not? What's the problem? Tap and training. If there's a time not tapping to be in a match, I'm not saying don't tap. I'm saying if there is a time not to tap, say it for when it counts. So, why not tap to your bro or your sister or whatever? If you tap, not a big deal. It's going to save your body a lot of abuse. Also, more important, but for life, but for a fighter, be careful who you trust. Hey, let's say I want to become the Louisiana State Jiu-Jitsu champion, or I want to become the American champion. Okay, the average person is going to tell you, you can't do that. Bro. It's hard, bro. Really? You want to be a doctor? You know how much time that is to be a doctor? By the way, they're not always meaning bad. It's just human nature to say, like, doctor. That takes a long time. You know how many years in college it is? It's 8 years. You want to specialize? Yeah. Are you sure? You kind of like tear your dreams down a little bit. And your significant other, male, female, whatever you date, whatever sex you date. Like, you find a person who has good energy. Because some people are attracted to toxic people, which is how, based on certain things, maybe your life. Be careful about that because you'll attract people around you that will tear you down, And be careful because it's like a spy in the military. You know how much damage a spy can do? If a stranger says you suck, I don't care. If someone you love tells you something bad, like it wears on you, you know what I'm saying? It's like a spy. My enemy won't hurt me. That's normal, but if I have a spy in my own organization who wants to hurt me, can just destroy everything. So like, be careful who you trust in your dreams. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he said, don't listen to the naysayers, goddammit. The naysayers, they're going to tear things down, goddammit. The naysayers. Right? People say you can't do anything. They'll always be around you, but don't listen to them. But specifically someone around close to your life, be careful, because that's drugs. Yeah, of course, everyone knows that. I just tell you that. Don't do cocaine or meth. Don't do heroin, okay? Thanks, team, for the good advice, all right? Thank you for the advice. I didn't think about that. Right? But yeah, you gotta be careful about the bad energy people you have around you. It's hard to resist that, And also, you start getting a little successful, you'll attract all kinds of new people that aren't your real friends. You know what I'm saying? So that's the hardest thing. And even though I say that right now, I heard the same thing told me in different words. I still have people around me who, I got to be world champion. I have all these new friends all of a sudden. I lose one match, half the friends won't return my phone calls. But then I win it again at the time, I was again world champion. These same people came out of the woodwork, hey, how you doing? I haven't talked to you for like 3 years. I didn't call them, they called me. So meaning, they got around me because I was world champion. My best, man, hey, come hang out with me anywhere you want, and then I lose, and all of a sudden they're not answering my phone calls. Right? They're not calling me. And then 3 years later, I win again. And they're calling me out of nowhere. It's weird. So be careful because these are not the original friends that you should, put too much energy into, my opinion, right? This happens all across humans, and I've done bad things, I've done bad things, but I'm saying be careful about people who want to use you for the fair times, right? So I think that's the best advice. But that's, I guess, in life in general, but as a fighter, it's really important. Yeah. One last question, so hopefully you have a different outlook on things. Hopefully it made sense. And if you apply it to your game, even at 1%, it's going to make a change in your game for sure. Now I told you my gym name. And you'll all my area, Cali, then have a good time. Let me know, and we'll have a good roll, okay? Thank you very much. 1, 2, 1, 2.